Grace Chicago, I think of community. I think of the first meeting of Grace held in Bob and Jill's home, followed by a delicious dinner, the first of many to be shared each Sunday evening in the Reed home for about a year. I remember the first time we had music at our weekly gathering in Bob and Jill's house. We stood in their living room and explored the rich tradition of chant. I think of the people of Grace. I remember the drawing class I took from Jill in their dining room and all-nighters at the Smart Bar with Jeff Craven DJing. I think of playing bingo at the California Clipper with Mark Nye, Amy Perry, and Katie Swan. I think of my weekly prayer group with Taylor Timms, Amy Cosby, and Catherine Calabrese, and my small group led by Shannon Mason that met in Mia Kim's home. I remember when Catherine McRae started dating Jared Knox, and when Catherine Krylan became Mrs. Philip Hackman. I was there when Jason Zelke asked Brianna to marry him, and then we all drank champagne around the ice rink in Millennium Park. I think of Grace Kids. I remember when Gia Falzone was the only child at Grace, and we had a tiny birthday celebration for her at Kevin Willis's apartment. And when the nursery at Grace was a room with a cement floor at the Chicago Dramatists, and we had a couple of babies in it on a good Sunday. I can recall the births of the children at Grace through Patrick Lovell. He is my benchmark of church expansion. I witnessed my sister's baptism at Grace, and my parents loved to visit. I literally invited everyone I knew to church at Grace and church-related events, wine tastings, art openings, nights out with my church friends, and the reaction of those who attended was always the same. This is church. These people are from your church, but it's so cool. One of my proudest moments was when a former colleague who had sworn off church and anything related to God came to a Grace wine tasting and later posted a video on his pre-Instagram Facebook account titling the post, "So this is Jesus juice." I was talking to a friend recently about this community and its importance in my life. I think that one of the things that Grace taught me, outside of the obvious never-ending grace of God and love of Jesus for all of us, was that Christians aren't weird. That was really important for me to recognize. Grace was a community that I wanted to be a part of. When the doors were open, I wanted to be there, and I wanted others to be part of it too. It was really wonderful to encounter a group of people who weren't shy about identifying with Jesus, while they engaged successfully in their vocations and enjoyed the rich culture of the city. When I was laid off from a job in 2008, this community surrounded me with support and helped me get through a very difficult time. When I was sick in 2014, this community sent a week's worth of meals to our family. I remember going to a prayer group that Jason Zelke, who is one of the funniest people I know, was a part of. Jason's the kind of funny that punches you in the gut and makes you keep laughing. And I remember hearing him pray that day and thinking, wow, just wow. He is calling out to God in such a beautiful, sincere, and frankly broken way. That's what this community is about. I'm happy that Grace Chicago has continued to thrive and thrilled to be celebrating 15 years with old friends and those of you who are part of this strong community today. My husband Brian and I have a daughter preparing to head off to college in a year. We now attend church closer to our home in Elmwood Park, and we think of Grace often. The Grace community has meant a great deal to me in the past, and it still does to this day. Happy anniversary, Grace Chicago Church. Here's to 15 more.